such a great honor.
It's such a great honor for me to talk to you. How's it going in New York right now?
It's getting a little bit better, so it's going to be a long ride. It's going to be a long ride on this, definitely. But I really like to thank you. This is such a great honor to be here with you. I had a feeling about the technology. I watched this the other day, and I'm like, okay,
So you had a backup plan.
totally make it work. So that's great.
I just wanted to ask you, Michelle, tell me a little bit. You have so much compassion. You're so I come from a family of healthcare professionals. My parents were both doctors. My grandmother was a nurse. So I come from that, and I just wanted to what really are you feeling at this point, being the one person which is between like a patient and the information that goes out to their family, to the only person this patient's really looking at. Like, tell us a little bit about how New York is right now.
Well, first I wanted to thank you again for having me on this. It's such a great honor for you to have me here, and thank you for honoring pharmacists and women. And I want to thank Dr. Mary Choi, my friend, who nominated me because she wanted me to share my story with the world. So with the surge of COVID-19 patients in the hospital, all of New York is impacted. And I think, everyone's going to have a story when we come out of this.
Definitely.
As far as being inspired and how I get through, my family and my friends have been my saving grace throughout this whole process. By keeping in touch with them through video chats and getting things they need, like the groceries that Mary talked about, and making sure that everyone is okay. This really has kept me going. So keeping connected with people and giving them information that I'm learning at work, that's really, what they've been telling us about the epidemic and the pandemic and how things are going in the hospital and in the city and in the world. That's really kind of been a saving grace for me. And it's also very humbling to see all the gratitude messages that have come in from around the world. And the 7 p.m. clapping that's done around the city every evening. All these bright, inspiring messages are there. They keep me strong, and they keep everybody strong.
Well, we're trying to do on behalf of Bon Viv and me, trying to just really talk about this on a real level, because yes, we have the pandemic, and this is, everyone around the world is affected by it. But for you guys, to be out there working every day when we have the ability to, most of us have the ability to self-quarantine. And I just want to say, on behalf of me, my family, and people watching, thank you so much. Michelle, thank you, Dr. Choi, for recognizing that. Thank you for being a kind person and being an example for our children. And, you're the kind of person that I would want my kids to grow up knowing that, people like you exist in the world. Thank you for taking care of your neighbors and your family and going and shopping for them. You're an absolute inspiration, and I'm so excited that I got an opportunity to meet you, and we got an opportunity to commemorate you.
Thank you.
Please give my love to people around you, and thank you so much, and say hi to Dr. Choi from us.
I will. It's my pleasure to be here, Priyanka. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Thanks. Bye.
Bon Viv.
Yay, let's get it. Here's mine. All right. Cheers to that. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she's awesome. You too. Bye. Oh, she's so sweet. You could feel her calming energy. That really got me for a second. Michelle, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, your kind heart, and how each one of us can actually make a difference in a time where everyone needs help. Okay, so our next shout out is to Colleen from Maryland. Colleen, you were nominated by your daughter, Clancy. I'm nominating my mother, aka the Mother of Dragons, for this award. What many don't realize right now is that millions of people with cancer aren't getting the appropriate care due to COVID-19 restrictions. Cancer weakens their immune systems, making these patients extremely susceptible to any type of infection. Oncologists are encouraging many patients to stay at home in lieu of coming in for their regular appointments to avoid possibly contracting the virus. For some, even missing one chemotherapy dose can be life or death. My mother is a stage 4 cancer patient and has shown resilience despite her circumstance. Although she herself is not getting the appropriate care, she organized meals with masks, a way to donate meals to cancer patients and their families. My mother is always looking for ways to help others who are in the same boat as her. She's truly a selfless human, and I think we can all strive to be a little bit more like her. Wow, thank you so much, Colleen, for your enormous heart, your tireless dedication. I lost my father to cancer, and I know what that disease can be and how deteriorating it is. And in spite and despite of being in the circumstance you still go out of your way to do so much. I can't tell you how much I respect you for that. Thank you so much, Colleen. Thank you, Clancy, for sharing your mom's story, and I hope our contribution is some sort of a help. That's an amazing, amazing story. Thanks, Clancy. The third woman that we commemorate today is Anu. Anu, you were nominated by your sister Manjot. It is the choice we have every day that today will be the best day ever because of our thoughts and our actions. I'm so proud of my sister for being an inspirational leader, running her own daycare, especially with COVID-19 happening. She continued to push forward even though she has a family of her own to take forward. Even though she has a family of her own to take care of. Wow. That's just... right, Anu. Sorry, I got really lost in the thought of, what it must be like to run a daycare at a time like this when, schools are shut and parents don't know how it would be to send children into a school or a daycare. I believe her why has remained unchanged. Help others, the children and their families, who still have to work and continue to have a positive attitude every single day. Anu makes her vision of education at her center come to life. She has transformed the center in many ways, and her impact has been remarkable on the children, their families, and her staff. Even though it's not always a positive outlook in her business due to COVID-19, I'm proud of her as she continues to help the families and her staff every day, going the extra mile. Anu is the superwoman and deserves to be nominated for her hard work, dedication to her daycare center. Thank you. Thank you for all you do, not just because you're my sister or a daughter or a wife or a mom, but for the woman you are. You've definitely inspired me and always continue to. I love you. Anu, thank you so much for what you've done for us, and what you're doing for the kids in your community. I think that's incredible. And Manjot, you're an awesome sister, and I'm sure that you guys are your sisters. And I can see why your sister inspires you, and it's just so wonderful to see what your relationship is like. Thank you so much, Anu. Thank you so much, Manjot. And I hope this contribution helps in making life a little bit easier. Our last but not the least superhero of the day is Brittany from Kentucky. Brittany, you were nominated by your sister Brianna. My twin sister Brittany has always been one of the strongest women I know. After many years as a medical lab tech, she felt that she was missing something. She wanted to further her career and become a nurse. She started going to school full-time to pursue her dreams of becoming an RN. She worked full-time in the lab while going to school full-time to get her LPN. But she didn't stop there. Since she's gotten her RN and BSN, while continuing to work full-time and take care of her family, that is why Brittany's the greatest ER nurse I've ever known. She's a first-time mommy to my beautiful 6-month-old niece and 15-year-old bonus daughter. In the midst of the COVID pandemic, she goes to work every day to do what she loves, take care of people, even if it means putting her and her family at risk, having to reuse PPE and recycle masks to make sure she has protection she needs to provide care to her patients. So my sister had to make the hard decision to spend many days and nights away from her girls, leaving them in our mother's care or my care, to keep them safe, to try and lower their risk of being exposed. Every day you can see the worry, the exhaustion, the stress in her eyes. But she continues to keep pushing on for her family. She puts herself on the front line of this pandemic, spending many days in the COVID unit taking care of those who are infected. I could seriously write a book about my sister and the amazing caring nurse that she is. She loves her job and her co-workers so much and does absolutely everything she can for them. Thank you so much, Priyanka Chopra and Bonviv Seltzer, for giving me the chance to share my sister with the world. Thank you so much, Brittany, not just for being so courageous and to work during a time like this, but to actually be so selfless. It's because of people like you that we have the ability to feel a sense of safety. Like I said a little earlier, I come from a family of healthcare professionals, and your job is the closest to God, and I thank you so much for your service, especially during a time like this. And also I have to thank Brianna for showcasing your sister's story, and maybe you should write a book. This is a great time to write a book about how your sister inspired you. I want to thank all of you guys for being here, and I would also like to thank Bonviv again. If we could get a collective cheers for Bonviv. This is mine. By the way, this is my favorite flavor. I always forget how good this is. Like I said, pear and elderberry is my favorite flavor. Awesome with ice, and makes for an amazing fresh afternoon drink, or anytime drink actually. It's super light, but I want to truly say thank you to Bonviv for commemorating such incredible women every week and sharing these stories with everyone. I think it's so important to find the silver lining in things right now so that, you know, we as people can have something to look forward to. I love to see so many people showing up to support these brilliant women, our 4 superheroes of the day. Thank you so much for talking to me and taking out your time to send us your stories. I'm going to come back next week and do this again, but I have to say thank you to all of you. I hope you're staying safe, staying positive, and doing the best that you can to help anyone around you right now, because each one of us can do something, and as little as it is, it'll go a really long way. Thank you so much. I love you all, and thank you for being so kind and showing such kindness. Oh, that's Gino. Hi, Gino. Come here, say hi. 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 Yes. Okay. Don't drop off my phone. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Yes, I'm coming. You want to play? You want to play?